Hello everyone. I welcome you all to the class of Information and Network Security. Information and Network Security class, where it is an open elective. It is an elective for the 7th semester students. So this information and network security, basically where it is all about protecting information and the information system against unauthorized access and the tampering. Avoiding security breaches has a high priority for organizations storing and handling confidential data. So the main aim of this course is to provide a broad coverage of the field of information security. So this course also covers the technical as well as the management sides of the security in information system. Despite being an essential part of the security, technical methods such as the cryptography are not enough to guarantee a high level of security. They have to be embedded into a wider context in order to make them more effective. So, hence, the users of this technology have to understand the underlying principles and follow certain policies to avoid security breaches. So, this course introduces the fundamental approaches to security engineering and includes a detailed look at some important applications as well. So, here before we could look into or directly get into the syllabus, let us look into, like, if you want to study these subjects, what are the prerequisites, what are the prerequisite, or I can also call it as a skills to become a security engineer. What are the skills that are required to become a security engineer? The first skill, where I would say you need to have a solid ground knowledge in network fundamentals. So that means that where since most of the data or the information will be transmitted in the form of the packets, where it is very much important that we need to know how exactly does the switches or the hubs or the firewalls operate and the basic networking operations. So that is what we mean. So that is very much important fundamental concepts to be a network engineer. The second most important skill is coding skill, where here this doesn't mean that we will not be developing any of the application, but I require some scripting languages, where we call it as scripting skills, where so that means that, say for example, some of the network engineers make use of the tools like Metasploit, where then where we need to where there is where we need this scripting skills. And however, along with this, where having the knowledge about Java, Python also adds upon the additional knowledge, and it also enhances and upgrades your skill as well. So along with this, where you need to have a solid knowledge on IT fundamentals as well. When you're talking about IT fundamentals, so that means that you're talking about we need to understand the whole functionality of the computer, how the processor works or the cache memory works. So basically, if you're talking about the fundamentals or the IT fundamentals, so that means that we are talking about each and every part of each and every hardware part of a computer systems. We need to have a clear, in-depth understanding of about how exactly each and every hardware part works. And the fourth important point, where we need to understand or the understanding of architecture of operating system, where here we need to understand how operating system functions. It is important to understand operating system from a troubleshooting perspective rather than that of the user perspective. So that is what it makes a difference to that of a cyber security engineer to that of any other users or any other engineers. And another important concept is we need to have the clear understanding about the cloud security as well. Well, most of the organizations, if you could consider, where usually every organization consists of its own cloud, where either it can be of the private cloud or a public cloud or even hybrid cloud. So it is very much important that we or you or anyone, everyone who like to be a security engineer needs to upgrade or upskill their knowledge as a basic understanding of the cloud. And another important the topic or the prerequisite is you need to have the basic knowledge about the malware analysis and how the reverse engineering is done with respect to this malware analysis. The most common threat which we find in the software is of a malware threat. So understanding and analysis of this program and the knowing the functionalities about how this work would surely enhance your skills in this field of network and information security. So I guess these are all the very important the topics or the concepts which is a prerequisite in order to become a security engineer or a network engineer. And if you could talk about this network engineering or the security engineering, where it consists of a lot of different kinds of domains, and I mean the job domains, where if you could talk about the various job domains in this field of network security, we have a lot of them. The first, the topmost job, which we call it as access control system and methodology, where this basically deals with protecting critical system resources, that is a critical system resources from unauthorized users. For example, a biometric threat or anyone with a single sign-on, or we also call it as SSOs. So basically, this it works on access control and preventing unauthorized people from signing in or fetching some kind of an information. So that is what this job domain defines. And the topmost priority job, or the second topmost priority job, is a telecommunication and the network security, where here it basically focuses on communication protocols and network services as well, and the various network services and the potential. This also functions, or this also focuses on the various potential vulnerabilities as well associated with each of them. And if you could talk about the third most important job which we have with respect to this security engineering, is the security management practices, where this deals with some of the system failures. What are the various different system failures which we could have, or how do we overcome from the natural disasters and other types of various service interrupts. So this job basically deals with all these things, like the system failure, or what to do, or how to recover the data or fetch information from the natural disasters, and as well as the various service interruptions. So this basically, so that's what it does. And also it might prevent us from some of the ransom attacks or any other malware attacks or whatsoever it is. And looking into the fourth one, where we need to concentrate, or we need to know about the security architecture and model. So this job basically focuses on having security policies, or making or creating or developing various security policies and procedures in place, So that is what it do. So this particular security domain involves the policy planning for just about every type of security issues. So this is some kind of a policy manager perspective where you make policies based on the classification of the data. So when we are talking about classification of the data, some of the data might be very confidential that it can be shared to it cannot be shared with anyone other than that of some of the CEOs, and some data can be shared to employees and some with the client as well. So that is how we define each and every data with respect to the various classification. So here the job of this policy manager is to define and plan a policy in such a way that where he classifies the different data based on the different policies. So here we basically defines a policy of what data can be shared and cannot be shared. So that is the main job here. And looking into the fifth grade of job with respect to this domain is the law, investigation and ethics. Law, investigation and ethics. So this we also call it as the network forensic as well. So this basically deals with the crime investigation, and it also covers some of the legal issues associated with the various security, computer security as well. And looking into the sixth job opportunities, where we have application and the system development security. Application and the system development security, where this basically focuses on the database security and also implements the multi-level security, multi-level security for in-house applications. Say for example, so you are developing an application where first you need to build an application's life cycle, right? And then you think of what type of security is required for your application and so on. So this job basically defines those things. And say for example, some of the web applications might be attacked by injection attacks, or the cross-X scripting attacks, or the cross-X forgeries and so on. So this kind of a job basically concentrates on focuses on preventing such kinds of attacks, and we try to prevent all those kinds of attacks. So that is what this job mainly concentrates on. And the seventh job where we also define is about the cryptography. So this domain is designed to help you understand how and when to use encryption. This domain also covers the various types of encryptions and the mathematics behind all of them and all those things, where basically we will be developing some kind of an algorithms or the programs with respect to different kinds of encryption logics and the mathematical formulas. And apart from this, so these are all the jobs defined as being a security engineer. I guess if you're studying all these subjects, these are all the very much required things which everyone needs to know and learn about all those things. So these are all the main domain areas to be a network engineer or a security engineer. So if you're really focusing about getting a job in this kind of an areas, where I guess getting some of the professional courses or getting some of the professional certified courses might be very much helpful in order to get any of these kind of jobs. So if you could look into some of the professional courses, professional certified courses, if you could look into professional certification courses, where we have plenty of different kinds of professional certification courses, but we majorly focuses on the four, the topmost four, where so that is what I suggest, the top four. The first one I suggest is about the certified ethical hacker. The certified ethical hacker course, we call it as CEH course, where the value of this we'll talk about, or discuss about this at the end, after the completion or after defining all these four. The second course where I suggest is about CompTIA security, that is a computer TIA security plus 501. The third one, where that is about the computer network defender, we call it as CND. And the fourth one, we call it as the computer hacking forensic investigator. The computer hacking forensic investigator, we call it as CHFI, the computer hacking forensic investigator, where the first two of them, where the value of CEH and the 501 are the same, where both will train you in the reverse engineering manners, so you can have a better the protocol cooperating infrastructures for from that of data breaches. And third one, where this basically concentrates on the protecting and identifying, and so various respond approaches to the network security, and also helps you with the use of the various kinds of tools to prevent or to provide real world experience with that of the current network securities as well. And so this basically this basically deals with the protocols, switches, firewalls, LANs, WAN, MAN, and the various other network fundamentals as well. And if you're talking about the fourth one, that is a computer hacking forensic investigation, so this is about the forensic security, where it basically focuses on the digital forensics to investigate and prevent the cyber attacks efficiently. So that is what it does, where it is all about the investigations about the crime and the various other the crime and cyber attacks. So this course basically gets you a job for sure in terms of the cyber in forensic investigations as well.